The pediatrician looked at me and told me she needs tubes. My daughter, with only 3 years old, that has been on antibiotics for 3 months straight, that ended up having an allergic reaction to one of them, that sent us to the ER, and the only answer they can just give me was, surgery? Really? I said no. And what happened next changed the entire direction of my life. I'm Kimberly. I'm a Gonstead chiropractic in training, a wife, and a mom. I'm opening Chosen Chiropractic Clinic in Claremont, Florida in spring of 2027, specifically for families who are tired of being handled prescription instead of finding the root cause no one's looking for. This video is my daughter's true story, and if you're having a child that's getting constant ear infections, I want you to watch this. It started when my daughter was about 2.5 years old. She got one ear infection, then another, then another, then another. We went to the pediatrician and they gave us the same answers, antibiotics. We did everything they told us. We completed every single cycle and we went back for the follow-up appointments. What happened was that every few weeks, she was sick again. I remember watching her crying from pain and feeling helpless. And at the same time, I was studying chiropractic and I knew that there was something else going on. But we kept going to the pediatrician because that's what you do. That's what mom does. By month 3, we have been on a multiple rounds of antibiotics, and one day she ended up having a scary allergic reaction that sent us to the ER. And that was the moment that I realized this is not working. This is harming her. This is making things worse. And then the pediatrician said the words that I will never forget. She needs tubes. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not here saying that the tubes are never the first choice for anything. I'm just saying that in that moment, for my daughter, no one was asking why she's getting ear infections over and over, why she's having a recurrent ear infection, why her body is not fighting this, why after 3 rounds of antibiotics, she's not getting better. Nobody asked that question of why she was having a recurrent ear infections over and over. Nobody asked, and they keep treating the symptoms. And when the symptoms are not getting better, the only answer was surgery. And my answer was no. No surgery, not yet. I'm gonna be trying something else first. Here's why I knew as a chiropractic student that most parents are never told. A child's Eustachian tube, the tube that drains the middle ear, it's mostly or completely horizontal. That means that it's not gonna be draining the same as an adult does. This is the first reason kids are more prone to get ear infections in the first place. But here is what makes it worse. When there is tension in the upper cervical spine, also known as the top of the neck, that tension in muscles and tissues can compress further that Eustachian tube, making it more difficult to drain the fluid. And that tension can come from birth, from a fall, or for just being a toddler in stress, running around. When the drainage is compromised, that can build up fluid, and that fluid can be the ground breathing for bacteria, and that bacteria can cause infection. And no antibiotic in the whole world can fix structural drainage problems. Antibiotics can kill bacteria, but never in the whole entire world can fix a structural problem. It cannot fix the reason why the fluid is building up in the first place. That was the root cause no one was looking for my daughter. The Gonstead method in chiropractic is the most highly specific, thorough analysis in the chiropractic world. It analyzes, it looked at the full spine, it looked at the entire nervous system, the structural patterns that have developed. And in pediatric care, one of the most important things we were looking for as a Gonstead chiropractor with ear infection is not just the ear, it's the cervical spine, specifically the upper cervical one, not the ear, the spine. I took my daughter to a Gonstead chiropractor, and I remember being in his office and holding her hand and thinking and praying, please be here the answer. The chiropractor did a full analysis on her. He checked her full spine and he ended up finding an upper cervical interference that I just learned about. Her problem was having an upper cervical issue with tension that was blocking the drainage from their Eustachian tube. That was the cause for her constant ear infections. After her first adjustment, she slept through the night, first time in weeks. We went back for a follow-up appointment and she was responding so well to the treatment. Her body was doing so good and it was draining that fluid that was building up in her second tube, and she ended up having no more ear infections. My daughter is now 5 years old, and since that first Gonstead chiropractic adjustment, she never had another ear infection. Not a single one. And she never got tubes. I tell you this story not to tell you that chiropractic is magic. It's not magic. It's specific and structural care that's going to find that root cause instead of treating the symptoms. I tell you this story because I was that mom. I was that mom in a pediatrician's office, tired, overwhelmed, scared, and was told that surgery was the next step. And I know that there's moms watching this video that are in the same exact position I was. Your instinct that there has to be something else, that instinct is right. Your child's body is not broken. It's asking for help in the only way they know how. And there's providers that knows how to listen to that. This is why I chose to be a Gonstead chiropractor. Not just because I love science, because I do, but because I lived this. My daughter lived this. And I want to be the person in the room that asks why. If you're a mom in Claremont, Mineola, Grooveland, Winter Garden, in Central Florida, I want you to know that we're open Chosen Chiropractic Clinic in spring of 2027. Pediatric and family care focusing on the Gonstead method. Built for families who want root cause answers, not just another prescription. We're only taking 20 founding families before we're open to the public. Founding families get priority scheduling, a locked-in rate, and a free 15-minute virtual consult with me before their first visit. The link will be down in the description. And if this video helped you or you think about a mom who needs to hear this, please share it with her. You might be the reason their child never needs those tubes. Subscribe for more. I upload videos every week for moms that are being tired of being dismissed. See you in the next one.